Russian troops forced their way into a Ukrainian airbase in Crimea with armoured vehicles, automatic fire and stun grenades on Saturday, injuring a Ukrainian serviceman and detaining the base's commander for talks. Belbek was one of the last military facilities in Crimea still under Ukrainian control following Russia's armed takeover and subsequent annexation of the peninsula, which has a majority ethnic Russian population and is home to one of Russia's biggest naval bases. Earlier, the deputy commander of the base, Oleg Podolov, said the Russian forces surrounding the base had given the Ukrainians an hour to surrender. After the Russians entered, a Ukrainian officer, who identified himself only as Vladislav, said, "We did not provoke this was brute force. I do not know whether this base will be formally in Russian hands by the end of the day." The commander of the base, Colonel Yuli Mamcher, told his troops he would inform the high command they had stood their ground. Many stood to take pictures of each other in front of the Ukrainian flag, which continued to fly over the base. The Russian takeover of Crimea has been largely bloodless, though one Ukrainian serviceman was killed and 2 others wounded in a shooting in Simferopol earlier this week. Ukraine's defense ministry said on Friday that Crimea's bases were still formally under Ukrainian control, but most are now occupied by Russian troops and fly Russia's tricolour flag.